Now to the single dad from Chorlton who took on his bank and won. Sam Umaar joins us live tonight to tell us all about it. Sam, first of all, congratulations, I guess are in order. So let's start at the beginning. When did you find out that you've been overcharged?
It was May last year after seeing the programme on TV, basically where they said all bank charges are unlawful. So I wrote to the Abbey National basically asking for my charges back in May, and that got ignored completely. Then I came across a website called Consumer Action Group, which basically tells all the steps to go through in reclaiming bank charges.
And how much had you been overcharged?
It was approximately £1,900. So.
And what did the bank say why you'd been overcharged?
They didn't admit that I'd been overcharged, or they said that the charges were lawful, and that remained their defence all the way through. So
it wasn't because you were overdrawn, or?
Yeah, it was. The charges were because of going over my overdraft or unauthorised overdraft or bounced out debits. So
on a number of occasions?
Yes.
And you weren't aware that you'd gone overdrawn?
I was aware that I'd gone overdrawn and had the charges. I wasn't aware that charges were unlawful.
So when you went to this consumer group, what happened after that? You went to the bank, they ignored you?
Yeah, I went to the bank, and then the Consumer Action Group basically gave a list of letters. It lists all the letters and all the stages that you need to go through to reclaim the charges. So I wrote to the bank, got my past 6-year statements. Then once I had the information to know how much overcharged, I then went back to the bank and said, I want these charges back. Gave them 14 days. They didn't reply to that. Then I sent them a letter before action, giving them another 14 days, threatening legal action. I got a reply then offering me £60 back as a gesture of goodwill. So
how did you react to that?
I wasn't impressed with it at all. Then a few days later I got another letter off them saying that they'll look into it and give me, in 8 weeks' time, they'll let me know the findings, which wasn't acceptable. So then I issued a claim with Manchester County Court, which was in January.
And Abbey National didn't turn up to court, is that right?
Yeah, they didn't turn up to court. So they were actually directed by the judge to submit papers that they wanted to rely on in court. They didn't submit those either. So they ignored the directions of the judge and then didn't turn up in court.
And so then what did you do?
Well, when I turned up in court, obviously, because they weren't there to defend themselves, I won the case, and then I had to apply for costs on the grounds of the Abbey National's unreasonable behaviour, in that they had no intention of actually ever defending the case in court, and I won costs on that ground. And
so how much so you were overcharged by
£1,900. In total, I got £2,700 back, and about £275 of those were the costs for unreasonable behaviour.
So that whole process, was it very difficult, or did you have any support along the way?
The support was all from the Consumer Action Group, which basically guided us through it and the defences that the Abbey might come up with. But it was still very daunting to actually go in front of a judge, not knowing if the Abbey National would turn up or wouldn't, and with a might to the Abbey National, but they didn't have any intention of defending the claim like all the other claims.
Would you say it's worth it?
Definitely, yeah. The charges are unlawful, and until the Abbey National change it, then people should go and get the money back.
Have you got your money yet?
Not yet, no. The Bailiffs went into the bank yesterday. He didn't get the money yesterday, and I believe that he's calling back on the branch next week.
So you have faith that you will get that money?
Yes, I've been assured that I will get the money now.
What are you going to do with it?
So, claim the other debts, really.
I guess you're a single dad, though, so
yeah,
I guess you've got a lot of costs to cover.
Yeah, I've to cover, and my son will be getting treated as well. It's his birthday today, so...
Oh, congratulations. What's his name?
Theo.
Oh, happy birthday. And finally, what would you say to people who perhaps have been overcharged and they think it's far too daunting to take on a big bank?
The support network's there in consumeractiongroup.co.uk, and if they want to get the charges back, then go to that website and they'll get all the support they need off people that have done it, like myself, who's active on there, and a lot of other people that know the process for them to get the money back, really.
So consumeractiongroup.co.uk. Well, certainly there's a triumph in the David and Goliath story there. Sam Umaar, thank you very much for coming in and sharing the story. Thank you.